Well, let's talk hair. Many African Americans choose to wear protective styles like wigs and extensions. One of the reasons is to let their natural hair grow. Straightening black hair with chemicals and heat, for those of you who don't know, can damage black hair. Angelica Williams went the wig route and she was fired from her job. That's when she reached out to call for action problem solver Carice Jackman, who took a closer look.
I decided to wear this wig that I have on today. I wore it to work on a Monday and no one said anything to me, but that Tuesday, I ended up getting a call.
A call, Angelica Williams says, ultimately led to her termination.
And she was like, well, we're going to have visitors in, make sure you kind of dress a little professional. And I was like, okay, understandable. And she explained to me that I would not be able to wear this wig.
She admits to getting emotional and resigning when they addressed her, but says she did try to smooth things over.
As a Black woman, I already struggle with fitting in corporate America as is, and trying to be heard and trying to make sure I'm always doing what I'm supposed to do.
But in the end, she was told, don't come back. News 4 reached out to Angelica's old job about her situation. In a statement, they told us she received counseling regarding various performance-related issues, as well as multiple violations of the office dress code. They went on to say Williams' allegations of hair discrimination are incorrect, and that they've always allowed employees to wear their hair naturally. Williams disagreed, filing a complaint with the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission. When it comes to protecting employees against hair discrimination, Tennessee is now one of 22 states that have filed or pre-filed Crown Act legislation.
But what the Crown Act does, it stops discrimination basically for people of color who wear natural or protective styles when they go to work.
State Representative Antonio Parkinson brought the Crown Act legislation to the state capitol last year, but because of the pandemic, it was put on hold. Now, 2 Shelby County lawmakers are sponsoring the Crown Act bill in 2021 to create a respectful and open world for natural hair.
Protective styles, I think, and again, that has to do with a little bit of cultural competency and understanding, but there are different ways that different folks have to manage their hair. Protective styles is one way to allow the person's hair to grow while not being disturbed. And that includes wigs, weaves, and braids.
It's something Parkinson is passionate about. He says he experienced hair discrimination firsthand.
They came to me and threatened me with disciplinary actions and loss of money and pay grade based on the way my hair was if I didn't change the way my hair was at the time.
Angelica says she wants to use her experience to help others.
Speak up, talk about it, because there are people out here that want to hear your story, that want to know and want to help you and that are going to support you.
Now, Marius, when I reached out to the federal EEOC as well as the state, I asked them, are you seeing a lot of complaints, at least within the last few months, when it comes to hair discrimination in the workplace? And they basically told me they're very few, but they did caution that doesn't mean it's not happening. Oftentimes people are just afraid or of retaliation, or they think nothing is going to happen. Marius?
Now, Carice, we know that hair discrimination is something that's been discussed in the Black community, and it's a growing problem around the country. So where does this bill stand right now?
Well, Senator Akbar said basically that it's still in the legislation. They just filed the legislation just a few weeks ago, and they're trying to make sure that they can garner support and give people understanding about why this is so important, especially to the African American community. So, of course, we'll continue to follow this and see what happens with this legislation. I'm Call for Action problem solver Carice Jackman, News 4 Nashville.